Hi guys, if you are a chess enthusiast and you want to become a better chess player, then this video is for you. In today's video, we are going to discuss top 5 principles that will help you play smarter, better and win more games eventually. So, let's get started. Principle number 1. Control the center. This is probably the most common principle. There are 4 central squares E4, E5, D4 and D5, which are very important and have more mobility of the pieces. Therefore, you have better chances of winning the game rather than someone who is doing a lot of moves to the side of the board. Principle number 2. Develop quickly. Development in chess is nothing but getting all your pieces towards the center. It is usually said that you should develop your knights before the bishop. Now, why knights before the bishop? Because knight acquires these 2 squares in the initial phase of the game, while bishop has n number of possibilities to go wherever he wants. Knight is a slow range piece, while bishop is a long range piece. So you should develop the knights first and then you can develop your bishop on the longest diagonal possible. Principle number 3. Avoid unnecessary pawn moves. See, if you do unnecessary pawn moves to the side of the board, you simply waste move and allow additional time to your opponent to develop quickly and get a lead. Principle number 4. Do not move the same piece twice in the opening. Generally speaking, if you move the same piece twice in the opening, then what you do is all your pieces are stuck at the back rank, and this allows your opponent a high lead in development if you are moving the same piece twice in the opening. What you should do rather is develop all your pieces, bring all the pieces, all the toys in the game. Principle number 4. Castle as soon as possible. It is usually said that you should castle quickly in the game. Now, castling does 2 things. It gets your king behind this pawn barrier, behind these 3 pawns, as well as develops your rook towards the center. It is better to castle and put your king behind these 3 pawns into the safety than putting it in the center where your opponent has maximum chances of attacking it. Now, to support these 5 principles, I have a game. Let's have a look at that game. It starts with E4, E5 controlling the center. Both the sides are controlling the center. And then you should develop the knight before the bishop. So developing the knight, attacking the E5 pawn. Move here is to play the knight to C6. That is again developing a piece. Black went for pawn to D6. That is also supporting the pawn on E5. Now, as we say, knight before the bishop, so develop the knight on the C3 square. And black here played an unnecessary pawn move, pawn to H6. Here, instead, black should have developed one of the pieces, but is doing unnecessary pawn moves, which is violating the principles. White is following the principle and played bishop to C4. Develop the bishop on the longest diagonal possible. So bishop to C4 also attacks the F7 pawn. Finally, black played his bishop to G4. Now this is pinning the knight to the queen as well as developed a piece. This is a good move. But now we can do a beautiful tactic here, knight to E5. Knight E5 is sacrificing a queen. The bishop can capture the queen. But if black gets greedy and captures the queen, then bishop F7. A beautiful check. The king has no option but to go on the E7 square. Cannot capture the bishop as the knight is defending it. So has to go on the E7 square. And finally, a fantastic move in the game. Knight to D5. Boom. That's a checkmate. The king has no escape squares and we caught the king in the center, giving a checkmate using 3 of our minor pieces. Please stay tuned for more such amazing principles in the coming videos. If you like this principle, please hit the like button. Thank you.